Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining in with me tonight as I do a brow tutorial. And I'm going to show you the way that I love to do my brows to keep them nice and natural. Right now I have absolutely nothing on my brows. I've taken all the product that I had on there off. And I'm going to come in just a little closer. Hi Elaine, how are you? Stephanie, good evening. So I'm going to come in a little closer so you can see. I'm very sparse on the inside of this brow here. This one is a little fuller, but I'm much more sparse on the outside edge here. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite products to use. Hi Isabel, how are you? I understand you're getting some snow, or you had some snow over the weekend. So what I'm going to use is actually our Limelight shadows. And the shadows that I like to use, Eileen, are number 40, which is Taupe for the Best, and also number 26. I like to two-tone my brows a little bit, keep them a little bit lighter on the inside, a little darker on the outside. And I've changed my lighting up a little bit tonight. I am using my Reiki lighting, and I've turned all the lights in the bathroom off. So hopefully you're able to get a good feel and maybe concentrate on me a little bit more than the background. So the colors that I like to use, and I need to kind of take a peek around. So this one here is number 40, and then the lighter one is what I like to use on the inside of my brows. We also have a couple darker colors, the Corkable and Brownie Points, and those would be this color here for those of you that are brunettes, and then Brownie Points is over here. So for somebody that's very dark, it's a great color to use also. The brush that I love to use is actually our Limelight brush. So this is a double-ended, a spoolie on one end, and then the angled brush on the other. But what I love about this, and I'm hoping that you can see this a little bit, is it's very, very fine and a little denser. It's not so wiggly, so it's great to be able to really get in there and get my brows done. The other thing that I sometimes like to use is our bent liner brush, and this I like to do to use as like I'm drawing individual hairs. So very simple to do. So what I'm going to start first is I like to start with the darker of the two colors, the Taupe for the Best. I'm just going to flick a little bit of the product off, and I'm going to lean in here, and I like to actually on this brow, like I said, I'm a little sparser in this area here. So I like to start by filling that in there and coming down to the edge. Hi Rachel, how are you tonight? I can't wait until I meet some of my Dallas friends in person. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to start up at the top of this brow, which is also where I'm very sparse, and pick up a little bit more product, and then come straight down. You can see I'm constantly just dabbing, making little brush strokes, more like a natural hair would be. So in the same pattern that it's growing. So in here is where I'm not so sparse, but I like to fill that in. And now I'm just going to wipe my brush off a little bit, and I'm going to go in with that lighter color. The lighter color I like to fill the inside here with, and you'll see I'm just taking little strokes, very brush-like, or hair-like I should say. And I'm going to brush that product through. This brow is generally a little bit easier for me to do since it does have more hair. Now we'll come over to my difficult sister, or cousin I should say. We always say that your brows never look exactly like sisters. They will look more like cousins. They're never like twins. So nothing is ever identical. So on this brow, like I said, even under here, you can see where a lot of the hair is just very sparse. Hi, Kathleen, how are you? I'm hoping to get in touch with you this week to get some of the product that you're looking for. This brow, I like to start just underneath by drawing a little line. And again, I'm using the darker of the two colors. Now, this area in through here is actually where I need more help, is on the underside here. So I'm just going to come along there, and I'm going to flick some of that up. I really don't need much help up and through the top, just maybe a little bit here on my tail end there. So again, Aga, how are you? I'm going to take a little bit of the product and start working in towards the front. Now, the general rule is if you put a brush from the outside edge of your nostril straight up, this is the area where the brow should start on the inside. Hi Jennifer, how are you? Roxanne, it's good to see you. And then I'm going to come at an angle, and from my nose, this is where the arch it should be, and then at the very end, if I line this up, is where the outside of my eye from the edge of my nose is where your brow should end. So again, you can see in through here, I'm very, very sparse. So I'm going to take a little bit, thanks Steph, of that darker color on the inside here. And you can see how that's filling in. And I'm sorry, I'm looking up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing as we're doing this. I'm going into the lighter color now. And I'm going to come straight up. Again, like I said, I like a very natural looking brow. This one, I have to come in just a little bit more. And I'm going to switch to that other brush and pick up some product here. So this way, I'm literally able to recreate what a natural hair should look like. So I'm going to take my brush here again, the spoolie end, and brush through. I think I need a little bit more right here, so I'm going to pick up, and when I say pick up, all I am doing is touching this. There's so much pigment in these shadows, which once again, as I said, we never think of them as shadows and for eyes only, eyeshadow only. These are pigments. So that is actually one of the benefits of having professional grade makeup here, is that we can use it anywhere that we want on the face. So again, I'm going to brush through there. And then what I'm going to do, since I already had, hi Donna, I hope you got Leah home okay. Actually, I like to sometimes use both. So sometimes I'll use, especially if this area, sometimes the hairs grow back in, sometimes they don't. If they're super, super sparse, I'll use a little bit of pencil. The general rule is that pencil, it's sometimes easier to draw maybe some definition, some like tiny little brush strokes, but I always like to go over them with powder then. And hi Leah, I hope you're watching too. And then what I like to do is, some people will actually use concealer underneath here to carve the brow out. I actually, again, like to use shadow. So I am just going to take our creambow color here, and I am able to place that with our angled brush just underneath the brow bone. And then I can blend in with my shadow a little bit. So again, just under the brow bone, and just blend in it again. I don't like to use a shimmer, particularly under this area here, underneath my brow bone. A shimmer will sometimes tend to push the brow bone out just a little bit too far. So especially being older, if I'm going to do a shimmer anywhere, I keep it right here on my lid and just underneath the eyes. So this area, again, it's nice to highlight and push it forward a little bit, but not to add too much sparkle. So, hi Jackie, how are you? I was going to actually reach out to you over the next few days. So no, I don't like to use a pomade myself. On myself, where I'm sparse, I like to get more of a natural look, and I think I can do that a little bit better with a powder and pencil combination, or just powder. So I actually never just use a pencil on its own. Now the other nice thing is, since these pigments are so pigmented, they really won't budge during the day, but what I like to do for a little extra spiff is I will actually take my, and here's my Scandinavia bottle again, because my 10 years younger spray is downstairs in my makeup kit, and I'll be going out to do makeup tomorrow. What I like to do is just spray, and you'll see me spray a little bit of product right on the spoolie here. And since this is a 16-hour product, once I brush that through, my brows are going to stay in place all day. So it's just brushing it through the hairs again. And that helps them stay in place. And not only that, as I said, that will leave any product you have on your brows will stay in place for the 16 hours. So now you can see I have some definition here again in the front, and I've been able to fill in this area here that I'm sparse. And on this side, particularly up in this high part of the arch and out towards the tail, I'm able to fill that in. So I'm hoping that helps everybody. Hi Savannah, how are you? Savannah has amazing brows. So tonight I've also done a little bit of a different lip combination so you can all see. I am wearing the Not Telling. I put a little bit down first just to neutralize my lips a little bit. And then on top of that I put the Red Hot, or Hot, however you'd like to say it. And what that's done is made the color quite not as red, for evening if you want, and then it still keeps it nice and moisturized, which I love. So it's just a little bit of a different lip combination from what I have shown you in the past. So again, I'm making this a little bit of a short video tonight, but I'm glad I was able to get on here and have you all join me. Hi Lizette, how are you? So I'm planning on doing tomorrow a little bit more of what we in the makeup artist world may call an Instagram look. It's something that I'm not used to doing, so I'm going to ask you all to bear with me as I play and have some fun with it tomorrow night. I'm going to do a real heavy contour highlighted look like Kate, and the brows are going to be very dramatic. So Jackie, you asked about pomades and pencils. I'm going to use a little bit of pencil, a little bit of gel, and then also some powder. So you can see the difference between my nice natural everyday look. Joanna, how are you? Joanna is one of my nail clients from back in Bethlehem who I miss terribly. So I'm going to try to have some fun with this tomorrow night, be a little silly and goofy, do something that is totally out of my comfort zone, but still have a lot of fun. So again, I'll be on tomorrow night, same time, about 8 o'clock out here in El Paso, which is 10 p.m. back east. I appreciate you all joining me again. And if you want to share this look, especially for the nice natural brow look, please do. Vika, how are you? Oh my goodness. Vika makes the best food back in Bethlehem at the Black Forest Deli. I miss the pierogies and the borscht. Oh my goodness, there's no borscht soup out here. So please tell your mama that I said hello, and it really is the best. So I'll see you all, I hope, tomorrow night. And if you have any questions about the products, I did put my link where you could shop, or you can always ask me for some help. And please, again, share this video. I'd be glad to be able to help some other people out who love makeup or who may just have some questions. So thanks again, and I hope to see you tomorrow night.